created a sex test designed to assess the sexual knowledge of those who take it. It's called the Sexual Intelligence Quotient, or Sex IQ. By the way, it doesn't contain many questions, just 2 A4 pages. And I took this test to the 2018 Everness Festival. Surprisingly, many people started filling it out. And there was a question that no one could answer correctly. They knew a lot of things, but there were even more. Things that surprised them, things they knew a little differently. And, as I anticipated, there were certain questions too, which they had absolutely no idea of the answer. One of them is the emotional or relationship background leading to cervical cancer. Here, the vast majority wrote that it was trauma. No, this is not the correct answer. Rather, it is the woman's sexual neglect in the relationship. I know it's strange, but I have several pieces of evidence that this is true. And by the way, this not only causes cervical cancer, but also all cancerous diseases, or specifically female illnesses, whether it be ovarian cancer, breast cancer, etc. It is this serious and severe. If a woman does not have access to sex in a relationship, I emphasize this reason is characteristic of women in relationships. When I first came out with this theory of mine, then it seemed quite novel, astonishing, and shocking. For example, I contacted a civil organization dealing with cervical cancer and asked them to publish my article, in which I described the connection between the two and supported it with concrete examples. However, they were not willing to publish it. 3 years have passed since then, and sometimes I wonder how many women's lives could have been saved if they had known this information. There were other things that no one got right, but I wasn't even surprised by that. For the root cause of most sexual problems, I noted the lack of education, misconceptions, inherited beliefs, inhibitions, clumsiness in performance readiness. The responses were extremely varied here, but almost no one realized that it was the inhibitions. This is also something I realized, and although I wrote about it back in 2015, somehow it still hasn't reached people. That's why I'm creating these audio materials now and making them available to the general public so that as many people as possible can access credible information from a sexologist. I was Martina Somorchai.